Welcome to Towson University. To begin our commencement exercises, the Stevens Hall bell will toll 16 times in honor of the university's first graduating class in 1867.
seated. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Kim Schatzel, President of Towson University, and I want to extend the warmest of welcomes to our faculty, staff, families, friends, and most importantly, our graduates of the College of Education and the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics. You made it! Graduates, faculty, staff, and guests, no masks are needed when you are seated, but masks are required when you are standing and moving about. So thank you very much for supporting our campus public health protocols. Additionally, graduates and faculty that are on the turf field, I know you all have water by your seats, but if you need another bottle during the ceremony, please raise your program book and someone will bring you one. Let us begin with our national anthem. Like everything else, it's a little different this year. Our soloists for our commencements are coming to us virtually. We will be led by Zach Taylor, class of 2020. Will everyone please stand for our national anthem? And gentlemen, please remove your hats. Will everyone please be seated? Thank you, Zach. I'd also like to thank the Towson University Commencement Ensemble.
On behalf of all the people of
I'd also like to thank the Towson University Commencement Ensemble who provided the processional music. The ensemble, comprised of music faculty members, alumni, and current students, is an outstanding representation of the superb talent within the fine arts programs at Towson University. And today it is directed by Dr. Luis Angelki, Professor of Music. Would everyone please join me for a round of applause? Present on stage are officers of the university, academic leaders, and key university representatives. These individuals are responsible for advancing our academic mission, degree programs, and outstanding student achievements. It is through their dedication and through their expertise that they enable the success of our students and this most remarkable institution. I ask that these individuals please rise and remain standing as I introduce them. The Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs, Melanie Perrault. Vice President of Student Affairs, Vernon Hurt. College of Education Dean, Lori Mullins, and Associate Dean, Layla Richmond. Fisher College of Science and Mathematics Dean, David Vanko, and Associate Dean, Bonnie Shields. Interim Dean of Graduate Studies, David Ownby. Grand Marshal, Debbie Gartland. Senate Representative Xiao Ming Liu, and Kevin Isabel Pete and Marella Shamel, our student speakers. Will everyone please give a round of applause and appreciation for their leadership? And thank you. You may be seated. Leading our procession today is Grand Marshal Debbie Gartland, Professor of Special Education. Would you please stand? Dr. Gartland received her PhD from the Pennsylvania State University. She has received numerous awards for her teaching, scholarship, and service from Towson University and the University System of Maryland. Notably, she was a recipient of the President's Service Award and was inducted into the $1 Million Club for her success in securing external grant funding. Dr. Gartland was recruited to develop a special education teacher preparation program and was instrumental in creating several majors, including the dual certificate elementary education special education major. Her collaborative efforts have contributed greatly to Towson University's success in graduating the largest number of special educators in the state of Maryland. Her scholarship is primarily in advocacy for individuals with disabilities, teacher preparation through professional development schools, and mentor support for beginning teachers. Her work is published in top academic journals, and she regularly presents at notable national conferences. Thank you, Dr. Gartland. Are you ready, graduates? I can't hear you. Are you ready, graduates? Much better. Well, I'm going to now invite you to be able to stand and find the family members and the friends that are in the stands at Unitas Stadium. Those people whose love and encouragement have helped you reach this very special day. So graduates, please stand and give these important people the ovation that they deserve. Thank you, graduates. Today, graduates, we pause to share in your success, your significant academic achievements, and the indelible mark you've made on Towson University. It has been our pleasure to guide you, to mentor you, and to watch you realize your fullest potential here at Towson University. Commencement is one of the happiest days of the year on a campus. We celebrate our students and we celebrate the faculty, staff, alumni, and friends that comprise our diverse and vibrant university community. Behind me, there are flags representing some of the more than 80 nations from which TU students hail. Our community brings together a diversity of backgrounds and ideas that competitively advantage our graduates and strengthen Towson University's reputation as one of the best public universities in our nation. I would now ask each of you to direct your attention back to the Jumbotron as we hear congratulation messages from the Governor of the State of Maryland, Larry Hogan, and Regent Robert Rauch, a member of the University System of Maryland's Board of Regents.
On behalf of all the people of a proud state, I want to extend our most sincere congratulations to the class of 2021. When history looks back on this year's graduates, you will often be remembered for your earning your degree in the shadow of a global pandemic. Normal life came to a screeching halt over the past year, and it forced all of us to pause and reflect on the things that truly matter. Staying apart from friends and family reminded us how much we depend on and need each other to get through the hard times. We were reminded that each day is precious, and many of us vowed to never again take for granted the everyday parts of life. Fortunately, now we are so close to that light at the end of the tunnel when we can put this pandemic behind us. And while we know that we can never reclaim the time we've lost, I hope that as you graduate today, you remember that each of us can make the days ahead count that much more. Congratulations once again to each and every one of you, and best wishes as you begin the next exciting chapter of your lives.
I am delighted to join you and extend best wishes from the University System of Maryland on behalf of the Board of Regents. It's an honor to share this occasion with President Kim Schatzel and the outstanding faculty and staff of Towson University. Under President Schatzel's leadership, Towson is expanding its role as a vibrant hub economically and culturally for the greater Baltimore community. Towson's reputation for excellence continues to grow with recognition from U.S. News, Princeton Review, Washington Monthly, and others. And more, Towson University is an institution of choice for many of the best and brightest students from Maryland and from all around the world. Today is a day to recognize and congratulate you, the Towson University graduating class of 2021. Even under the best of circumstances, achieving what you've achieved takes hard work, persistence, and dedication. As we all know, the past 14 months have been anything but the best of circumstances. Many of the challenges and hardships you faced and dealt with are quickly becoming more a part of the norm than the exception for both education and business. The lessons and skills you've learned to manage in this virtual world will serve you well in your future endeavors. Higher education is facing many challenges, including affordability, accessibility, the effects of rapidly changing technology, increased competition, and educational alternatives, and the list goes on and on. Universities are also reaching out to a broader and growing international community. Towson University is well prepared to face and meet the many challenges facing higher education. President Schatzel and her entire dedicated team of educators, administrators, and advisors will take on the challenges of implementing innovative changes and exciting initiatives to assure that Towson University will remain a leader in providing the highest quality educational experience to local, regional, national, and international students. The degree you've earned today will open many doors, leading to exciting opportunities that will enrich the lives of you and your families. As a member of the Board of Regents, I have the privilege of celebrating with graduates from many of the universities in the university system of Maryland. I was born and raised in Maryland, and I take special pride in participating in the university system commencement ceremonies. I've raised my family and made a career in Maryland. I hope many of you stay in Maryland and choose to apply all of the talented skills you earned at Towson University to help Maryland to continue to be an extraordinary place to live and work. Congratulations to all of you and your families. Take some quality time to celebrate this rewarding accomplishment and keep looking forward. The best in life is still to come. I want to leave you with this brief bit of advice. Whatever you do in your life and career, be happy. You've already succeeded. Now work to excel. As you look back at the long path that brought you to this important milestone in your life, I'm sure you'll think of at least one person that has inspired you. That person may have been a family member, a teacher, a coach, a friend, or possibly one of the exceptional professors that are joining us here today. Make sure you take the time to thank them for their gift of inspiration. Simply said, aspire to be happy, strive to excel, and dare to inspire. If you achieve these goals, you'll certainly leave an indelible print on this world. Thank you. Once again, congratulations to all of you, and know that the entire University System of Maryland family wishes you all the best in the years to come.
Thank you, Governor Hogan and Regent Rauch. At this time, I am pleased to introduce Kevin Isabel Pete, the 2020 Student Commencement Speaker for the College of Education.
Thank you, President Satchel. Congratulations, class of 2020. Can we please make some noise for all the hard work, all the dedication that we've done? Great, great, great. So, my name is Kevin Isabel Pete, a former elementary education, special education student, but now I'm pleased to say that I'm a 5th grade teacher. I'm glad to see everyone here and virtually. I would like to thank Towson University for constantly thinking about celebrating us for our achievements regardless of the situation. Today, I would like to share my journey of becoming an educator with you. When you grow up in a community like mine, You begin to feel invincible. You think your childhood laughs will always echo through parks, everyone will remember your achievements, and people will respect you for just being present. But I guess that is just a dream that we have for our communities. When you wake up from it, you realize that you aren't invincible. On May 15th, 2017, a friend by the name of Isaac Cujo and I were pulled over by 4 undercover police officers. What begun as a stop because I had inched on a white line at a red light turned into hours of interrogations, a car search for weapons, and one officer who admitted that Isaac and I matched the description, one that was solely based on the color of our skin. It didn't matter that we both played football at our local high schools. It didn't matter that I was a paraeducator in the county at the time. It didn't matter that we attended a church right up the street. All of those things were invisible. We were the ones that just so happened to match their description of criminals. There was a moment that happened that I'll never forget. While 2 officers were fingerprinting Isaac, the supervisor on the scene began flicking the strap of his gun. I came to peace that I would die that day. I remember hoping the parts that meant so much to my family and friends could be seen, hoping that the officers would see value in me. Once they determined that we've done no wrong, they let us go. Since then, we've turned that experience into something positive. In May of 2019, we started a community action group called Brothers with Books. We have given over 25,000 books for free to communities that resemble us. We have given scholarships to students. We've helped started a mentor program called Sisters y Hermana, and now we are establishing free libraries in those same communities that are echoing with those invincible children's voices. Brothers with Books has been featured on WTOP, The MoCo Show, the Montgomery County Sentinel, WUSA 9, Bethesda Magazine, and The Washington Post. But my definition of success has changed since that day. It isn't measured by accomplishments, but rather the willingness to provide positivity in the face of negativity. Teaching has become a filter for me because I understand that we don't come from perfect or ideal communities, but we come from communities that need people in multiple professions to look at us and treat us through a perspective of love rather than hate, a perspective of a friend rather than an enemy, a perspective of a brother with a book rather than a threat. Rest in power, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, Freddie Gray, and so many more, gone but not forgotten. Thank you to my Wheaton Woods community, my 5th graders, families and friends, and Towson University. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kevin. Very well done. Now I would like to introduce Morella Shamel, the 2020 Student Commencement Speaker for the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics.
Good afternoon, President Schatzel, Provost Perrault, Dean Vanko, esteemed guests, and fellow graduates. My name is Morella Shamel, and I graduated last May from the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics with a bachelor's in chemistry. So it's been a while. It's good to be back here at Towson. When you're a kid, people always ask you what you want to be when you grow up. Some people have their dream job, while others bounce around different goals. When I was 6, I wanted to be a garbage man. Why? I thought it would be fun to ride around on the back of the truck. But other than that passing fancy, I never had a solid idea of what I wanted to do. Life is unpredictable, and one thing I've learned is to take advantage of random opportunities. I can attribute where I am today to 2 times when a random opportunity came up and I said, why not? So it was the end of junior year of high school. The absolute horror that was AP Physics was finally over, and it was time to pick classes for senior year. I was 1 class short and didn't have a science class yet. Ultimately, I chose AP Chemistry since I hadn't hated it when I took it in sophomore year. So I thought, why not? As senior year of high school started and college applications loomed on the horizon, I had no idea of what I wanted to do in life and what major to pick. Looking back, my decision to take AP Chemistry turned out to be a good one as I fell in love with the subject. So when I applied to college, I did so as a chemistry major. Sometime during the spring semester of my first year here at Towson, I was standing in ABP, waiting for my chicken Caesar wrap, when I got an email from Dr. John Civey, the Honors College coordinator for the chemistry department, asking if I would like to meet with him and talk about research opportunities. Normally, I would ignore that kind of email. I'd never heard of Dr. Civi and didn't know anything about research at all. But for some reason, I said to myself, you know what, why not? And replied. I met with him, and a few weeks later, I got an email offering me a place in his research lab. I started in Dr. Civi's lab at the end of May 2017, and in the 3 years that followed, I was able to present at conferences across the country, receive national scholarships and awards, and make connections here at the Fisher College. From that random decision, I now know that research is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And while that's still a broad category, I'm forever thankful that I saw that opportunity and thought to myself, why not? There's so many different opportunities out there. All you have to do is be open to them, whether that means searching for an internship, applying for a job, or simply replying to an email. Instead of asking yourself why, say why not. And even though you may not end up riding around on the back of a garbage truck like your 6-year-old self dreamed, you may find opportunities you never could have imagined. Thank you.
Thank you, Morella, and thanks for explaining why you should always read the email. Good afternoon. I'm Melanie Perrault, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs. I want to extend a warm welcome to our faculty, staff, families, friends, and I want to extend my congratulations to our degree candidates. At this time, we will begin conferring doctoral degrees. Assisting us in awarding the graduate degrees will be Dean David Vanko, Associate Dean Bonnie Shields, and Dr. David Ownby, Interim Dean of Graduate Studies. Will the candidates for a doctoral degree from the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics please stand? On recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor to present the candidates who meet all requirements for the doctoral degree of Doctoral Program in Information Technology. A doctoral degree demonstrates a special effort to develop your academic talents and strengthen your skills in research. It is now your responsibility to apply these capabilities in the service of humanity. Each candidate is hooded by the Dean of the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics, symbolizing the support provided throughout the educational process. The candidate is then referred to as Doctor to signify the achievement of academic excellence.
By the authority vested in me by the University System of Maryland's Board of Regents and the State of Maryland, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science with all the responsibilities, honors, rights, and privileges thereunto pertaining. Congratulations. I now ask the doctoral candidates to please come to the stage.
The first candidate is Biruz Edesamipur. The dissertation, Investigation of Rank Aggregation Methods Applied to Military Value of Information Decision Support, was completed under the supervision of Robert J. Hamill II. I present Dr. Biruz Edesamipur. Right down the stairs. The next candidate is Eric Owusu. The dissertation, Usability Impact of User Perceptions in mHealth, a case of Ghanaian migrants, was completed under the supervision of Joram Chakrabarti. I present Dr. Eric Owusu. The next candidate is Shirin Hasavari. The dissertation, a secure and highly available data source for emergency medical using Hyperledger Fabric blockchain technology, was completed under the supervision of Youngtae Song. I present Dr. Shirin Hasavari. The next candidate is Faiza Atia Al-Harthay. The dissertation, Social Media Policy Implications in Saudi Higher Education Institutions, was completed under the supervision of Kathy Wong. I present Faiza Atia Al-Harthay. The next candidate is Emil Saweros. The dissertation, Disease Predication Model Using Public Behavioral Risk Factors for Personal Pervasive Healthcare, was completed under the supervision of Youngtae Song. I present Dr. Emil Saweros. This concludes the conferring of doctoral degrees from the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics.
President Schatzel, will you join me to award the master's degrees? At this time, we will begin the conferring of master's degrees. Will the candidates for master's degrees and post-baccalaureate certificates from the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics please stand? On recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor to present those candidates who meet all requirements for degrees of Master of Science and post-baccalaureate certificates.
I am pleased to receive these candidates. By the authority vested in me by the University System of Maryland's Board of Regents in the state of Maryland, I confer upon you the recommended degree with all the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Cindy Zeller, Associate Professor in the Department of Chemistry. Assisting me today will be Dr. Pam Lutero-Purdue, Professor from the Department of Physics, Astronomy, and Geosciences. It is our pleasure to present the individuals receiving master's degrees or post-baccalaureate certificates from the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics.
Omabola Nye, Olawa, Funke, Aloba.
Ghazal Ahmadi Jah.
Mabel Aina.
Saumia Anthony Sami.
Jillian Marie Baker.
Alexander R. Arvalo.
Naya Fuun Bui.
Elliot K. Bishop, Jr.
Benjamin Patrick Krull.
Biff Charles Carr.
Kayla Marie Dexter.
Erwin Budomo Dominguez.
Wakaz Farouk.
Ismail A. Faridi.
Imung Gao.
Rachel Marie Ferrer.
Imani Jolie.
Lin Hue Huen.
Mohammed Hakim Karoma.
Mohammed Hamad Khan.
Priyanka Mehta.
Manish Lamsal.
Gobu Natarajan.
Patrick Sean Miles.
Bolahan Chukwula Onifade.
Shanalise Nata.
Greg Primrose.
Vijay Ananth Polraj.
Karen Denise Rogers.
Markel Dejan Proctor.
Kayla Stewart.
Laura Sarah Solomon.
Daniel Agboka Tete.
Johnson Sochil Das Tangthure.
Brian Taylor Todd.
Sasha Louise Varner.
Jirasin Wankicha Learn.
Tanduja Bangalore Rajashekara.
Unuhya Vyasam.
Vinya Veer Anagari.
Abhishek Younghang. Stephanie Tikonang.
This concludes the conferring of master's degrees and post-baccalaureate certificates from the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics. And now will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics please stand. On recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor to present those candidates who meet all requirements for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science.
By the authority vested in me by the University System of Maryland's Board of Regents in the state of Maryland, I confer upon you the recommended degree with all of the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Congratulations.
It is now our pleasure to introduce those individuals receiving baccalaureate degrees from the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics.
You can take them.
Morella H. Shamel. Crystal Omoman Abumere.
Abdul Rashid Adekunle Adaranhijo.
Sharon Akuya Otto.
Barnabas Affley.
Chira Aguayo.
I can't read that either. Dalia Ahmed. What does that say?
Jacqueline Alves de Mello. Shayla Aliyeva.
Miracle Desiree Anderson.
Jasmine Tierra Anderson.
Ukachi Anoniru.
Adebayo Akindunde Owokoya.
Jordan Bretagne Ball.
Kaleem Azami. Rahida Barnave.
Aliyah Nissa Brown.
Manuela Bopta.
Malia Marie Brown.
Christian Destiny Brown.
Kavitha Jade Brunner.
Victoria Brusca.
Lyell A. Bullock.
Elizabeth Casillas.
Morgan A. Chaplinsky.
Caroline Marie Clark.
John Christofferson, Jr.
Athena Grace Claudia.
Haley Ann Collins.
Jamie Alexandria Collins.
Alashupo Ajala.
Kaylin Chiron Crawford.
Bailey Conrad.
Sarah Sharfat Chowdhury.
Taylor Michelle Kreider.
Heather Lynn Critchfeld.
Melinda A. Cutler.
Tristan R. Decker.
Marissa Renee Denis.
Casey Leah Durr.
Joseph Paul Desmond.
Hernan Diaz.
Hugh Ton Din.
Cliffian Gleasus Dixon Jr.
Rachel Janelle Duff.
Doreen W. Edwards.
Haley Mackenzie Fisher.
Ahmed El Rashadi.
Kalia G. Ellison.
Wasiful Fahim.
Mahidir Mulu Alam Enyu.
Carol Ann Christine Farmer.
Dominic Delano Francis.
Janelle Forchu.
Dominic Gargiulo.
Brian Christopher Franks.
Erica Gilliam.
Nahom Gatane.
Juwan Gray.
Carson Rose Getlicker.
Bebek Garoon.
Kenya Lashea Green.
Shannon Amelia Hanum.
Kanchan Gurung.
Jamie Faye Hartnett.
Kristen Harris.
Jacob Highland.
Gabriel Cole Hedgeland.
Cecilia Ann Hickman.
Daniel Alexander Hirschman.
Kristen Michelle Horn.
Malcolm Hobson Garcia.
Nathaniel David Ingram.
Alexis P. Hudson.
Jalen Arnez Jones.
Jade Nicole Jerkins.
Tyler William Lee.
Ashleen Julis.
Zagaila Kamagate.
Ivana Kareem.
Jeremy Keith.
Stephen Dwayne Kelly Jr.
Nitesh Kakurul.
Ryan Michael Curdy.
Christopher Anthony Kirk Pate.
Zachary Charles Krell.
Dacia Kearney.
Daniel Jacob Larison.
Jeevan KC.
Stephanie Leone.
Kareem Land.
Sina Limbu Gurung.
Giselle Landaverde.
Aster Kambebe Mengistu.
Lucas Costa Lima.
Lauren Nicole Miles.
Jaron Kaylin McDowell.
Sarah Elizabeth Mitchell.
Taylor Elizabeth Masano.
Benjamin A. Moore.
Angela Marie Miranda.
Allison Mosley.
James Clark Moon.
Adama Newman.
China Cache Micah Blount.
Nahat Hoang Nguyen.
Kelly Lynn Moorhead.
Kylie Nicole Odell.
Marcus Terrell Monroe.
Shiro Josiah Cachero Ogoro.
Benjamin Obi.
Maria Del Carmen Parducci.
Chibeza Unora.
Sado Moli Varfar Pei.
Ben Painter.
Ryan Vincent Pickrell.
Milan Patterson.
Mac Walter Plazankis.
Helen Sarah Penda.
Jackson K. Prince.
Daniel Wangunwa Pimbi.
Luis Fernando Ramos.
Sophia Pramagi Uslis.
Christina Reingand.
Michael Nyut Vin Quang.
Kate Robin Ricardino.
Jordan Christopher Rawlings.
Hydra N. Riggins.
Jordan Wesley Reinhart.
Ralph Jackson Abuldencia Rosales.
Dalton Riedelbauer.
Olivia L. Saliger.
Karna Rishi.
Lumen Christy Salva Santos.
Rafal Rizek.
Nebu Sebehant.
Jennifer Sam Ihe Joha.
Mandy M. Schofeld.
Brian Lee Shorman.
Sahar M. Sakeh.
Tyler Seglinski.
Rafaelra Shin.
Angina Shrestha.
Jock Nicolo Singleton.
Jacob Martin Smedley.
Sarah Teresa Smith.
Samantha Renee Stice.
Ashley Devon Sutton.
Alexandra G. Tamboan.
Rebecca Tomrat.
Anise Tates.
Elizabeth Thompson.
Shion Ashley Thompson.
Abimbola Titcomb.
Jessica M. Choice.
Ha Tran.
Kalu Uduma.
Tori DeAndre Turner.
When do I say it? Seth Shake.
Carla Giovanna Ergeles.
Lethaniel Vaughn.
Kevin Vale.
Inesha Wallace.
Diane Vignon.
Alexis Waterman.
Kelly Ann Walsh.
Justin White.
Heaven Alem Walderamian.
Karina Williams.
Brad Wilfong.
Jason Wong.
Natasha Monique Williams.
Tyler R. Young.
Julissa Monet Wright.
Christian S. Zimmerman.
Xiaoman Zhu.
Sarah Mustafa.
Toby Youssef.
James Elliott Zorn.
Anjuwalua Alufunbi Eduba.
This concludes the conferring of degrees from the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics.
Will the candidates for master's degrees and post-baccalaureate certificates from the College of Education please stand? On recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor to present those candidates who meet all requirements for degrees of Master of Science and Post-Baccalaureate certificates.
I am pleased to receive these candidates. By the authority vested in me by the University System of Maryland's Board of Regents and the State of Maryland, I confer upon you the recommended degree with all the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Congratulations.
I would like to invite Dean Lori Mullins and Associate Dean Layla Richmond of the College of Education to present the certificates.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Mary Slade, professor in the Department of Early Childhood Education. Assisting me will be Dr. Brenda Conley, assistant professor from the Department of Instructional Leadership and Professional Development. It is our pleasure to present the individuals receiving master's degrees or post-baccalaureate certificates from the College of Education.
Lauren A. Albrecht.
Emma Rose Alfarth.
Tricia Michelle Carter.
Daniel Tyler Cheney.
Michelle M. Clements.
Catherine Dobson Cobb.
Harger L. Hagan.
Andrea Jamel Evans.
Caitlin L. Fisher.
Michael Sean Gifford.
Jeremy Allen Hagee.
Kara Brianna Hayward.
Brittany Shanae Jakubowski.
Lauren Monet Izzard.
Raven Monique Holly.
Candace Renee Keys Fortune.
Amanda Marie King.
Bridget Teresa Lang.
Robert Lewis Morrow.
Sarah Catherine Mott.
Shannon Lee Obrecky Kreft.
Deborah Ann Page.
Julie Ann Pickett.
Rachel Roth McKnight.
Molly Ann Sisson.
Rebecca Lorene Scrocky.
Christian Soliday.
Carrie Ann Sprucebank.
Andrea Kordonsky Staten.
Sarita Ann Sullivan.
Gertrude Anita Mateki Teta.
Dawn Christine Valley Giba.
Jasmine Wheeler.
Megan Nicole White.
Stephen Mark Wishneys Jr.
Emily Rose Witt.
Surrenda Shrestha.
This concludes the conferring of master's degrees and post-baccalaureate certificates from the College of Education.
At this time, I would like to take a few moments to recognize two special groups of individuals. We are pleased that degree candidates from the Honors College are eligible to participate in commencement today. The Honors College provides an enhanced undergraduate experience for highly motivated and intellectually curious students. By completing a challenging curriculum comprised of interdisciplinary and advanced scholarly work and pursuing leadership and cultural experiences and often an honors thesis, these candidates are awarded the designation of University Scholar and wear a bronze medal today to symbolize this achievement. I am proud to recognize the graduates of the Towson University Honors College. University Scholars, will you please stand so that we may acknowledge your significant accomplishments? You may be seated. We are also proud to recognize degree candidates who completed the Army Reserve Officers Training Corps and have been selected for officer commissioning. We are also honored to recognize our military veterans graduating today. Would those of you in the audience who are members of our armed forces on active duty or reserves and military veterans please stand along with our degree candidates? Thank you for your service, and please be seated. And now, will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the College of Education please stand? On recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor to present those candidates who meet all requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science.
By the authority vested in me by the University System of Maryland's Board of Regents and the State of Maryland, I confer upon you the recommended degree with all the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Congratulations.
It is now our pleasure to introduce those individuals receiving baccalaureate degrees from the College of Education.
Kevin Isabel Pete.
Kayla Nicole Airy.
Alexandra Rose DeGraw.
Jessica Marie Anderson.
Erica Carasquillo.
Victoria Bazuzzi.
Constance Abassa Adu.
Erin Elise Sullivan Brockmeyer.
Jennifer Renee Altvader.
Zanib Shahaima.
Zuri Benegas.
Kathleen M. Collins.
Morgan W. Becker.
Emily Rose Crumling.
Sabrina K. Carpenter.
Julia Megan Yerg Daniel.
Maria Michelle Cirillo.
Leah Ray Del Rosario.
Stephanie Corrales.
Hannah Catherine Duckworth.
Christian Evan Davis.
Erica Lynn Estrada.
Jennifer Mackenzie Delaney.
Caitlin S. Forney.
Natalie Joanna Irvin.
Olivia T. Frutangel.
Hope Elizabeth Ferguson.
Mackenzie Ann Garrison.
Edward Robert Fowler Jr.
Kara Morin Hargis.
Elizabeth Noemi Galius.
Jasmine Hildago Lopez.
Kelsey Elizabeth Guerno.
Lori L. Irons.
Lydia Grace Harrison.
Savannah Monique Jones.
Samantha Hohenscheid.
Olivia Lee Keller.
Alexandria Dale Johnson.
Lindsay M. Kraft.
Celeste B. Kegerice.
Alexandra C. Lordich.
Daniel Colton.
Zuri Minjavar.
Ryan Resendiz.
Caitlin K. Bernadette Merton.
Emily Elizabeth May.
Emily Lynn Muth.
Tyler Nicole Merritt.
Tiffany Nicole Pascal.
Meredith N. Miller.
Lucia Proctor.
Lorena Diaz.
Taylor Lynn Reed.
Estefani Perez.
Eva Joelle Rock.
Brenda Ramirez Hernandez.
Catherine A. Ryan.
Anna D. Rice.
Lydia H. Zambuco.
Marisa Anna Roeder.
Sophia Caroline Schramm.
Zara Veronica Salas.
Jana Mary Sirosinski.
Gabriela Mary Santiago Alvarez.
Marissa Renee Smith.
Andrew Joseph Semenza.
Keegan Marie Speck.
Abigail M. Simon.
Paige M. Sullivan.
Kimberly Lynn Smolin.
Sarah G. Turpin.
Catherine Bailey Standish.
Asia Imani Kayla Washington.
Michaela J. Trees.
Jessica Lee White.
Megan Marie Vaughn.
Kaylee A. Walbert.
Lauren A. Wenner.
Wynn Jean Jaw.
Ariane Michelle Williams.
This concludes the conferring.
Christine Nicole Wood.
This concludes the conferring of baccalaureate degrees from the College of Education.
Congratulations, graduates. You will forever be part of Towson University. So please, please keep coming back so that we can continue to build on the legacy that makes Towson University a most special place and a place that will forever be an important part of who you are. My sincerest well wishes and congratulations to each and every one of you, and always remember, go Tigers! Are you ready, graduates? As the final rite of commencement, will all the undergraduates and graduate students please stand? Move your tassels from the right to the left side of your mortarboard. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2020. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. We're so glad that you were able to come back and to be able to have this opportunity to celebrate you. This week, over 5 days and 10 commencements, we will welcome 35,000 guests to our campus and here at Unitas Stadium as we celebrate 9,160 graduates of the class of 2020 and 2021. We very much appreciate the many faculty, ceremony staff, and volunteers who share in the joy of our graduates and have helped make this day and this week one to remember. Please join me with a round of applause to show our deepest appreciation to each and every one of them. Now, will everyone please stand and join Victoria Delgado, class of 2021, in the singing of our alma mater, My Towson.
Before we end today's ceremony, will you please turn your attention to the Jumbotron? We have a special performance of Rise Up by the TU Chorale and a cappella group Untitled.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we go walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out. And move mountains, and I'll rise up like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. And move mountains, and I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
This concludes our commencement exercises. The stage party, faculty, and graduates will begin the recessional. I ask members of the audience to please remain seated and review the ceremony departure instructions on the screen above. Again, we offer our congratulations and best wishes to the College of Education and the Fisher College of Science and Mathematics class of 2020.